Hi, my name is Dylan Christian. I'm a student at John F. Kennedy University in the Sports and Performance Psychology program. Today I'm here to talk to you about something that's very important, and all of you guys have, probably done it before. And, I'm here to talk to you guys about goal setting. The reason why we set goals is because it puts us on a path. Now, this path is, are the goals that we make. And so when we make these goals, we begin to have a focus. We have a vision of what exactly we want to do, and being able to attain those goals and set these goals are what's going to help us get better in our sport, or even outside of sports in our everyday life. You set goals. You're able to have a focus and know what you can do and how you can do, or what you have to do to achieve these goals. So how many of you guys have set a New Year's resolution? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys. I know I have as well. Um, you know, these are goals, but the thing is that the reason why a lot of us don't achieve these goals is because we don't go through the step. We don't go through a process and make sure that we're trying to strive to achieve those goals every single day. And so what I'm here to talk to you about is SMART goals. And so in the handout that I pass out to you guys, it has what are SMART goals. It goes over everything that I want to go over with you guys. And so the first thing is SMART goals. So SMART goals is actually an acronym, S.M.A.R.T. And what each letter represents is S is specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is realistic, and T is time-based or timely. Um, and what do exactly these mean? These are all a checklist. And when you make goals, you want to be able to check off every single one: the S, the M, the A, the R, the T. And this is what's going to make an effective goal. And so, what do they mean? Specific. This means that you are not being vague. You're specifying exactly what you want to achieve. So if you're, instead of saying, I want to get better, what exactly do you want to get better at? How do you want to improve? Be specific. Aim for something that exactly what you want to do. Do you want to get better at your shot? Okay, how do you want to do this? What about your shot do you want to get better? Do you want to place higher in a tournament? What exactly do you need to do that, and where do you want to stand when you get better? And so, being specific on exactly what you want to do is very necessary, and this is probably one of the most important parts, because when you have vague goals, you don't really know when you achieve them or not. And it goes for measurable as well. How can you measure your goal? How do you know when you achieve this goal? And so setting measurement, some type of measurement, saying that I want to, increase my shots, 50% of the time I go to get one, or I want to place top 3 in CIF, or I want to place top 3 in my next tournament. These are all things that once we hit it, we can measure that we actually attained that goal. So make sure that when you do it, it's specific and it's measurable. The next one is attainable. Attainable means, can you accomplish it? Is this something that you can do right now with your skill set, or if with enough effort and enough hard work, can you obtain it? Can you accomplish it? And it kind of goes with being realistic. For me, it wouldn't have been realistic for me to set a goal my freshman year to qualify for state. That's something that is later, way down the line, and maybe as I improve and as I keep on getting better throughout the years, that's something I can accomplish. But for right now, you got to think about what's more realistic for you, with your current set. And so being realistic is something that's more just out of range, where it's just out of reach, so that you can force yourself and to get better, and with enough practice and enough extra hard work that you can achieve it. Last thing is time based. So time based is another big one, is that you have to have a due date. Just like you have due dates on homework assignments and projects, you need to have a due date on when you specify when you want to accomplish these goals. So, you know, saying that it can be, the next week, the next month, by the time you're done with your first tournament or your next tournament at the end of the season, something like that. Just something that where you can put a time restraint so that way it makes you want to achieve it even more. That way you're in a hurry and you're wanting to, say like, hey, I have only a month to get prepared for this tournament. This is what I need to do, and I'm gonna accomplish it every single day. I'm gonna strive to get better every single day. A coach always told me, get 1% better. Maybe that can be a goal. Is each and every day it's 1% better, and how you measure that is getting into the room and doing what you can do, and never giving up. So the type of goals. There's 3 types of goals that you have to remember. One is outcome, performance based, and process goals. So outcome pretty much means that what you are comparing yourself to other people. So if I set a goal saying I want to place top 3 in CIF, kind of like the example I used before, I'm comparing how well I did to how someone else did, or my opponents did. I want to see how I compare to them. And while this is a very great goal, because it puts us in and working hard, sometimes it can really demotivate us, and it can really hurt our self-esteem if we are constantly not meeting those goals. And so the next one is performance goals. You're comparing how you do to your past performance. So how I do now and how I do in a month, I want to see the difference. So doing a performance based goal is something that is, happens within. It happens with internally. We're wanting to get better, beating ourselves. And so one that could be better, a performance based goal, is setting a goal saying, I want to be able to get my shot in on a shot 3 out of 5 shots I take. Maybe before you were only able to get 1 out of 5 shots, and 1 in every 5 shots, and that's okay. But you are wanting to see that improvement in yourself, and so setting those goals and combining both, outcome goals and performance goals are really going to be effective, because you're going to see those immediate changes within yourself, and you're going to be able to hopefully accomplish those, outcome goals. Last one is performance or process. The process goals, focus on steps in the process of a skill. So, for example, of if I want to, get better at my shots, okay, I know that whenever I take a shot, I don't have my head up and I need my back straight. So maybe I'll set a process goal that says that each time I take a shot, I'm going to focus on keeping my head up and my back straight and on my shots. So that way, my next goal, which is that performance goal, that I can get that 3 out of 5 shots I take. So these are all types of goals, and having a mixture of these types of goals are what's really gonna set us apart. It's really gonna help us push ourselves and see those immediate success, and then hopefully be able to accomplish those long-term goals. So as you see in this paper, I have, what am I good at? What do I still need to work on? And what are my goals for this season? I want you to think about, what am I good at? What right now are my strengths? Is it your shots? Is it, being on top, escapes, your bottom game, being able to pressure that aggression? What about your game right now is your strength? Now with the next one of, what do I still need to work on? Not everyone's perfect. I want you to think about it and really think about, what you still need to improve on. Like I said, no one's perfect. Not even, those big names that we all hear, Dan Gable, Kel Sanders, John Smith, Isaiah Martinez, all these names that we hear on a daily of how great they are. They had to work on these, weaknesses to turn them into those strengths. And they all set goals. to make sure that they were able to better their own game. And so that's what set them apart. Is that's how they became as great as they did. Is they set these goals and they achieved them every single day. They went into the wrestling room with the purpose, of a goal of what they were going to accomplish that day, and they had these envisions of themselves of achieving, greatness, and with enough hard work, that's what they're able to do. So I want to teach you guys, how you can do that, and having this checklist of SMART goals, it's really going to help you out. And so, what you need to work on, don't think about it in a negative way. Think about it in a positive way, that you are going to set yourself apart from, having these weaknesses and turn them into strengths. And then, what are your goals for this? This season. So I have one long-term goal and I have 3 short-term goals. Now you can make more goals, more long-term goals. Right now, I just want you to focus on just one aspect. And if you throughout the season, if you want to make another one, that's awesome. That's great. But remember, don't make too many goals. If you have too many goals, you're kind of cluttering yourself. Imagine yourself having 10 assignments, or you're putting yourself into 10 activities. How you have to prioritize, which activity that you need to be in, and all this stuff. It kind of clutters you up, and it kind of stresses you out, and you have to worry about what's more important, which goal is more important. That's the same thing with these right here. If you make too many goals, you're always having to attend to one goal or another, and in the end, it's just going to be a disaster. So right now, I just want you to focus on one goal and having these short-term goals. So what's the difference between a long-term goal and a short-term goal? They're kind of self-explanatory. One is a vision that you want to go out in in the far future, and these short-term goals are a little small success on your way. So think of it as a staircase. At the bottom of the staircase, you have it's your current ability. What you're able to do now. How you wrestle now, and your short-term goals are going to be each of those steps. And as I step up, on the first step, that's me accomplishing my first short-term goal, and each time I get up, I'm getting a little bit closer and a little bit closer to my longer-term goals. So when you're creating these long-term goals, think of how you can break that long-term goal up into smaller goals that's going to help you accomplish your end result. So that's the most important thing. And lastly, and I think this is very important as well, is where can you put this paper? And I'll make copies, and I'll ask your coach if he can make copies as well. And what 2 places can you put this piece of paper? That way you're reminded about it each and every day. Now this is huge. Just like with that New Year's resolution. One of the big things as with those New Year's resolution is that we say, that we want to lose 10 pounds by the end of the year. We want to lose, whatever, or we want to be more motivated, or whatever your New Year's resolution. The thing is, we never write it down, and we never tell people, and we're never, reminded about them each and every day. And so, I want you to have this, and I want you to be able to put it in, 2 places that you're going to be able to see daily. Common examples of great places is, where you sleep. You go to bed every single night. You sleep in the same place, so putting it by maybe your nightstand, or right by your bed, or wherever in your room that you're gonna be able to see it every single day. Another one is on the fridge. Everyone goes into the refrigerator, and they have to. They're gonna see that piece of paper with their goals, so they're reminded every single day. Even the bathroom, brushing your teeth, going to the restroom, or taking a shower, constantly in your restroom, and so you're going to be reminded every single day about these goals. And the reason why you want to be constantly reminded of you is because when times get low, you want something that is going to pick you up. And being reminded of these goals is what's going to help bring you up and have you be able to refocus on what you want to accomplish. Because everybody wants to get better in life, in wrestling, and whatever they do. And seeing those goals and seeing what they need to do every single day, it's going to remind them. how they can do it, and what they need to do to accomplish these goals. So that's something that's really huge. And so as you're going through these and creating these goals, I'm going to have you break up into a group of threes. I want you to be talking to your teammates, discussing what things that maybe you need improvement on. Maybe you don't know exactly what you need improvement on. But you guys wrestle every single day, and you guys work with each other. So get in with partners that you might be working with every single day, and so you can help with these. And you can ask like, hey, what was your long-term goal? What were your short-term goals? And you can go through this checklist together, making sure that it's specific. It's not vague. That you specify exactly what you want. That's measurable. Like, how do you know when you obtain this? You obtain this goal, or you achieve this goal when you are able to hit 3 out of 5 shots. Is it attainable? Am I able to achieve it? Accomplish it? Realistic? Is it just far enough? Out of your reach where you can actually grab it with the necessary work, and is it time based? And with this, right now it's at the end of the season, so that's what I want you to work with on. I'm going to be walking around, and I'm going to be helping you guys out, making sure that we go over this checklist, and that the goals that you are doing are going to be great. And then when we come back, I want to have you guys think of something else, and when we bring that, when we come back and we start talking about it, teaching you something else that can be very effective as well. All right, so get up in groups of 3, and I'll be walking around, helping everybody out. All right, great. So as I was walking around, I saw a lot of great things. You guys were making amazing goals. You were talking to each other. You guys were, really being engaging with one another and really striving to, achieve these goals. And a lot of these goals were really great. You want to achieve something greater. You want to, I had people saying that they want to qualify for Masters, so they want to qualify for CIF, and they had those steps that were able to show them, this is how I'm going to achieve it. And something else that I want to talk about is creating one goal, another goal. And this goal is called a dream goal. And this dream goal is shooting for the stars. This is a big goal. This is, a goal that, you, with enough work and enough hard work, that you're going to be able to achieve, in the long run. So this is, a lot down the road, 2-3 years, maybe by your senior year, if you're a freshman, you're going to be able to achieve it. And the reason why is because when we have these huge goals, we're going to push ourselves even harder than we ever possibly could, and try to achieve them. Because a lot of, sometimes, these goals, and these are very effective goals, is that, sometimes they're kind of easy. And having one dream goal is going to help us, really try to strive and really push ourselves to try to achieve it. So right now, I want you to think about this one, dream goal. And I want you to write it down on the piece of paper, and keep it to yourself. Just put it down right up in this area up the top, what your dream goal is, and put dream goal right up on top, and write down exactly what that is. And each time you're able to see it, you can think about the long run of what you want to achieve by the end of your, career in wrestling in high school. And so, and each year when you're, redoing these goals, you can have that dream goal in mind. What can I do for my next long-term goal that's going to help me achieve my dream goal? So, thank you guys for, allowing myself to come in and talk about this dream or these goals settings. I hope to hear back from you guys again. I should be able to come, later on in the season to, kind of come in and help you out with these goals again. Each day, like I said, get 1% better and have these goals, and then come into practice every day with the mindset that you're going to achieve these goals and what you need to do it. All right. Thank you, and have a great day.